Hey everyone, Brian from 3 Geeky Dads here. Before we begin tonight's episode, I just want everyone to know that we are now sponsored by Audible. As an IT professional for a school department, I find myself behind the wheel of my car traveling between schools almost all day long, and that's where Audible comes in. Right now, I'm enjoying listening to Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, read by Stephen Fry. It's so enjoyable to hear this hilarious audiobook read by a proper British comic actor. And that's just scratching the surface. Audible is the leading provider of spoken word content, with everything from bestsellers, celebrity memoirs, and news to podcasts. Yes, if you're into podcasts, and you're listening to us right now, so we can assume you do, Audible has got you covered. Just go to www.audibletrial.com/3GD to get your free 30-day trial today. That's www.audibletrial.com/3GD to get your free 30-day trial. You'll get 1 credit, 2 credits if you're already an Amazon Prime member. That's good for any premium selection titles you like, and they're yours to keep. You also get the Audible Plus catalog of podcasts, audiobooks, guided wellness, and Audible originals. Listen all you want. No credits needed. Again, that's www.audibletrial.com/3GD. $14.95 a month after your 30-day trial. Cancel at any time. Audible. Stay informed, connected, and inspired. And now, on with the show.
Warning, incoming dad joke. Warning, incoming dad joke.
Yeah, we're ready.
Derek, necromancers get a bad rap.
How's that?
All they want to do is settle down and raise a family.
True.
Who's your daddy and what does he do?
It was like a pink nightmare.
Christmas has a Yule log. Not a log, I don't have a log, but it's...
All that I have, all that I've learned, everything I feel, all this and more I bequeath you, my son.
Your father was Frankenstein, and your mother was the lightning.
We named the dog Indiana.
I am the father.
Yeah, we're starting off with that kind of show. Awesome. Hello and welcome to another groovy episode of 3 Geeky Dads. The show now brought to you by S-Mart. Shop smart. Shop S-Mart. You got that? I am Mark, and with me, as always, are the Sim and Sim to my Salabim,
Derek.
And Brian.
And what episode would be complete without the musings of the Human Torch to the rest of our Fantastic Four, Tito.
Hey, everybody. Race Bannon. That's who I should have been Race Bannon. I don't know why.
I picked it.
That's Johnny Quest, man.
Yes,
I get what he's doing.
I couldn't remember.
He's going for, because once you join, it's no longer 3.
It's hot.
It's 4.
Salabim?
When you
Sim,
joined,
Salabim.
the show
It's
was
1, 2,
hot,
3.
just like the Human Torch.
That's what Raji says, though. Raji says Sim Salabim.
Maybe
I
lay
know.
off that. Family Guy.
yeah.
Maybe lay off that.
There you go. Race band. I should have went race band, and I'm sorry, Tito. As always, you've farted on my joke. Thank you. Speaking of farts, speaking of shopping smart, it'll be smart of you to join us for this week's episode, where we are concluding our month of Fantasy February with a special Ash Wednesday movie featuring our own Ash, Bruce Campbell, and the Sam Raimi Demons Meet Monty Python Army of Darkness, the 3rd installment in the always popular Evil Dead trilogy that forgoes a lot of the horror and instead reaches for more slapstick comedy, memorable one-liners, and some of the finest Deadite slaying you'll ever see. But before we grab our boomsticks and hail to the king, baby, we have our own king of culinary cutlets, Brian Relish on a hot dog, Ramsey.
Whoa.
That's right.
That's a mouthful.
It sure is.
So's the hot dog. Right you are, Ken.
Right you are, Brian. The floor is yours.
Once in my fruit cellar. Someone with a fresh soul.
Thank you, Mark. Tonight's appetizer is inspired by the film that we're going to be talking about, or more importantly, its director. For tonight, as Mark mentioned, we are going to be looking at the final entry in the Evil Dead trilogy, 1992's Army of Darkness. Directed by the one and only Sam Raimi, a director of indie horror who rose from humble beginnings to create films with a very particular and recognizable style and flair for creating ingenious shots on a shoestring budget. Sam would then move on from his indie roots to helm some huge Hollywood hits. You may have heard of a certain Spider-Man trilogy from the early 2000s that he directed, to mostly critical praise from film critics and audiences alike, if you don't count the third one. That got us thinking, what other indie directors may have gone on to direct films for big Hollywood studios?
And here they are.
And take it away, boys.
Derek, you want to start us off? Sir?
I'm going with Jon Favreau.
Oh, good one.
While now a household name, the comedic.
What did he direct?
Well, I'm about to explain it all. You big jerk.
Did you pick one or three?
I had two backups because I wasn't sure what you guys.
actor.
I wasn't sure what you guys were going to do, so I had to have backups.
We said three, right?
We did. I thought we were doing three.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so
all right. Hopefully, you guys don't have my backups.
That's
Okay.
All right. So my first one then is Jon Favreau. While now a household name, the comedic actor and director of movies such as Elf, Cowboys and Aliens, and the first two Iron Man movies, Favreau first directed the 2001 film Made, in which he teamed up with friend and Swingers co-star Vince Vaughn.
He didn't direct Swingers? I thought he directed
He didn't.
Swingers.
No, I think he wrote it. He co-wrote it,
right.
but yeah, it wasn't
I
his.
thought
He didn't direct
Yeah, I
it.
thought he
Okay.
did too.
I thought so too at first. While he hasn't strayed too far from indie films, he has had a solid hand in not only helping to shape the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but also bring us The Mandalorian and Grogu, as well as one of my favorite sleeper coffee talk shows, Dinner for Five.
Oh, that was a
on Bravo, where each half-hour episode that ran from 2001 to 2005 featured Favreau hosting 4 Hollywood friends to casually chat over dinner.
That's not on
He had some-
anything.
No, it used to be on Netflix, I think.
But it would be. I think it was only like 4 or 5 episodes. It wasn't even the entire series.
Yeah. So that's my first.
Cool. Brian, you're first.
My first would be, let me go back to my other page, blah, blah, blah. My first one is Doug Liman, director of Swingers and Go. He moved up to his first big Hollywood movie, The Bourne Identity. Did I pick yours, Tito?
No, it's just the fact that he was the
Who
director of
directed-
Swingers.
I know. That's why I said mine's in connection with yours. Went on to direct Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Jumper, Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise, which I love that movie because Tom Cruise dies over and over and over again in it. And also with Tom Cruise, he did the movie American Made, which is actually really good.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, is
That's
that where
awesome.
he smuggles drugs?
Yeah.
That one came
That's
around,
a fantastic
It came
movie.
out around the same time as that Michael Keaton one, right? American Assassin or something like that.
Maybe.
Or,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
see
American
that.
Made came out about 2017 or
Yeah.
so.
I
Yeah.
didn't realize it was a
Yeah.
Swingers guy.
Yeah.
I love Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, me too, man.
I love
Great
Mr.
movie.
and Mrs. Smith.
He
That's
did
a
some
great
good
one.
stuff.
Yeah.
And Go.
Oh, yes.
One of his
Yes,
first movies
absolutely.
is fantastic. I love the cast.
It's an awesome movie.
It's a very Tarantino-esque story, and it's awesome. Awesome.
Interweaving.
Yeah, I like his stuff.
Tito?
All right.
You know?
My first is Guy Ritchie. I
Nice.
started with Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Yeah, he did.
So
did
good.
Snatch. That kind of propelled him into do a shitty movie with Madonna. But then after that, he kind of pulled it back
Is that the
together.
Shanghai Surprise movie?
No, it's
what was the one
Swept
that-
Away, where
Swept
she's
Away.
like trapped on an
Shanghai
island or
Surprise was
whatever.
one that she did a long, long time ago with Sean Penn.
But he ended up, really, I think, hitting big with the Sherlock Holmes series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
He directed, which I actually thought was pretty decent, the Aladdin Will Smith film.
He directed that?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's
Didn't he
out,
also
yeah.
do that new King Arthur movie?
He did.
Yes.
Yeah. He did
Yeah.
King Arthur. And, he's still doing a lot of those gangster type films.
I just rewatched The Gentleman,
which is really good.
I love that movie.
But yeah, he's a guy that I love. I
and
don't
he's
know.
got a new movie coming out very shortly. It looks like
Yes.
a war movie.
So he's got a new one with Josh Hartnett where he plays the favorite actor of Hugh Grant plays another gangster in the movie.
It's not a war movie?
I don't think so.
No?
I think
maybe
Jason
I'm-
Statham's in it.
Okay.
And Mila Kunis.
Mila Kunis.
yeah,
Mila
I think
Kunis.
so.
Yeah, and they're trying to
And I didn't realize he did the Jason Statham one, Wrath of Man?
Wrath of Man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not too. That came out like
Fairly recently,
during
yeah.
pandemic, I think.
Yeah.
I like that movie.
I didn't see it, but
It's very like Heat.
yeah.
It's like bank robberies and stuff like that. It's fun. It's a fun movie. A little more serious, but yeah, that's my number one.
Nice. Mine is Robert Rodriguez for El Mariachi.
nice.
I came up around the same time as Quentin Tarantino. I was going to go Quentin Tarantino, but I realized
You
that
still can.
too much,
Right.
too similar.
Yeah.
And so although I like Quentin Tarantino movies better overall, when it comes to the first two films, he had Reservoir Dogs, and Robert Rodriguez had El Mariachi. I like El Mariachi a lot better. I mean, I love Reservoir Dogs, but this film is just phenomenal. If you have not seen it, I highly recommend it. Just you can see Robert Rodriguez's talent, not only as a director, but as a musician and editor. It's a simple story. It's plenty of action, some comedy, basically no names. And he shot
at the time. Antonio Banderas wasn't like.
It was even before Antonio Banderas.
Yeah.
No, El Mariachi was. I can't remember his last name.
I think that guy is in one of the Desperado movies, though.
I should have wrote this
Is he the
down.
guy with the bazooka?
He is
one of the two friends.
He's the one in Desperado with the two guitar, like minute gun, whatever you call them, guitar cases. But he played the original El Mariachi, and he also produced the film with Robert Rodriguez. So when it came time to do Desperado, they wanted a bigger name, obviously, to sell. So that's why they got Antonio Banderas. But because Robert Rodriguez and Carlos, I can't remember his last name, close enough, were friends, they gave him a role as another El Mariachi, his friend Kino or Campo, one of the two. Capo and Kino in Desperado. And Robert Rodriguez went on to a career from Dusk Till Dawn, the Spy Kids movies, Sin City, Planet Terror, the Machete films, and so
Carlos
I like his
Gallardo, though?
Yes.
Yeah,
right.
Mariachi.
And he's also been in like Planet Terror and many of his other films. But I like him as the El Mariachi better.
Better than
I like Antonio Banderas fine.
I mean, he's not Mexican, so it kind of works a little bit better if you have an actual Mexican.
That's true. But I like everybody in that film. No names. Everybody's fantastic. And I rewatched it actually last week. And it's amazing because this, Robert Rodriguez had no money, had to film everything in one take. Yep. And what he pulled off with just one take shots was incredible.
Yeah, I remember seeing an interview with Tarantino where when he did Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2, the RZA did Volume 1 because they had been hanging out, and then he was talking to Robert Rodriguez and he was like, "I'll score the second movie for you if you want," and he did it for free.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And it ends up being amazing. Yeah, it's very good. Yeah,
Chingon and.
Is that how you pronounce it? That's his band. Yeah, Chingon.
Chingon.
That means fucked.
Yeah.
I love that. Wow.
That's
awesome. Yeah, I like those two filmmakers a lot. They're good friends. They sort of launched that whole '90s era of independent filmmaking.
It's kind of an odd pairing, but it works.
Oh, totally. You see that, right? In
Rooms
from Dusk Till
Dawn. You totally see it.
Their love of grindhouse movies. Yeah. But I think the thing that makes El Mariachi more impressive is Reservoir Dogs had backing from Harvey Keitel. He was able to pull some money together and some celebrities, where Robert Rodriguez really had nothing. Yeah. So I think that's why it wins out. Nice. That's my first one.
Nice.
Yeah.
My second one is Rian Johnson. Rian Johnson has attained great success with the Knives Out films, as well as turned playing in the Star Wars sandbox with The Last Jedi. Much to the fans' delight or dismay, depending on who you talk to.
It's a very polarizing film.
It is. But Johnson's directorial debut came in 2005 with the high school set neo-noir mystery Brick. Yes, awesome movie.
I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Is it good?
Starred the actor who would become a staple of Johnson's go-to actors, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Emil DeRavin from Lost was in it. Shaft's Richard Roundtree. And Mars Attacks, Lucas Haas.
Lucas Haas.
He plays a drug dealer with one leg longer than the other. He wears like a giant. Oh my God, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's such a good movie.
It is. It's a lot of fun.
It's almost one of those because I remember when it came out, I was seeing a trailer. I was like, oh, I got to see that. And seeing it at the Avon on Thayer Street. And it's one of those I don't want to say don't take it seriously because it is a very dramatic film. But if you don't take it too seriously, it's a really good movie.
Yeah.
Because it could be the dialogue is so very 1940s, almost like a little bit of it. And it's a noir movie set in high school.
Yeah.
So it could be cheesy, but it's not. It's a very good movie. I love that film.
Yeah.
Great movie. I like Rian Johnson too.
Me too.
Fuck those Star Wars fucks.
I liked Jedi.
Not you though. You're good.
Yeah, thanks, Tito. You're awesome,
Brian,
too.
you're great. The other ones.
A lot of love, I can feel it.
The other Star Wars.
Brian, you're number 2?
Your check is in the mail, Tito.
What
you call? Now you're
3?
calling me number 2? Oh, wait.
Who do you work for?
Who does number
What did you eat?
What for?
So my number 2 is Michel Gondry, a French director.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he directed Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. He directed The Science of Sleep and Be Kind Rewind with Jack Black.
I remember that one.
Yeah, all of them great independent movies. And speaking of the Avon, one of my first dates with Kathy was to take her to see The Science of Sleep at the Avon.
Oh, nice.
She was in the mood for an indie movie, and I said, I know just a place to go. And that was the movie that was playing.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it had great ambiance.
I missed the Avon
seats were
cinema.
terrible, but the ambiance was great.
Oh, yeah, no, I love the Avon Theater, man. It was great. But he went on to direct The Green Hornet. He went on to direct The Green Hornet.
Yeah.
He went on to direct The Green Hornet with Seth
Rogen
Green.
one.
I like that one.
Seth Green. Seth Rogen.
Seth Hornet.
Seth Hornet.
Seth Hornet.
Jesus, I can't speak right
Hornet
now.
Green.
Yeah.
He did Dave Chappelle's Block Party,
He
too,
did.
which is really...
Yep.
I'm a
He's
big
done a
fan
lot
of
of stuff, mostly low-budget indie stuff. But the Green Hornet was his big...
Most stuff
his
was
big-
in Be Kind Rewind, too, I think.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
he
with
was.
Jack Black,
Yeah. Yep.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, that's a fun
I like that pick.
Yep.
My number 2 was going to be Ryan Coogler. I'm a big fan of Ryan Coogler. He's got 4 movies out. I didn't love the last one. I thought it was pretty good, but I like him so much that I give everything he's going to do a pass, probably. He started with Fruitvale Station, which was the first movie he directed with his mainstay, Michael B. Jordan. It's the story of Oscar Grant in San Francisco or Oakland, I believe. And then he went on to do Creed, which... I don't know. It could be top 3 Rocky movies ever. I think it.
And Creed 3 is coming out very
Creed
shortly.
3 is coming out.
Yeah.
The only reason I would say it's not better than 1 is because if you don't have 1, you don't have Creed.
Right.
But I think it's comparable, and it's probably better than a few of the other Rocky films. I just think he's phenomenal. The first Black Panther movie is a really, really awesome film. And the last one I thought was pretty good. And I like that he has this actor that I like pairings of directors and actors.
Yeah,
and
same
they work
here.
together a lot. So I'm a big fan of his, and I like to see what else he's going to do.
What was the new one that you said you didn't like too much?
I didn't hate Black Panther. I thought it was okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought it was okay.
All right.
Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, Wakanda Forever.
So
I thought it was okay.
Wakanda for a little while then.
Yeah. Wakanda a little bit harder.
Let's call it Wakanda for now.
Just a smidge.
But yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Coogler.
Cool. My number 2, it's a pretty obvious one right over here. John Carpenter for Assault on Precinct 13.
Yeah.
Everybody goes the Halloween route. They should, but his first film, was
Dark
outside
Star.
of
Dark Star.
Dark Star was more Dan O'Bannon than him, and but this movie, we've talked about it before. We've talked about John Carpenter's career so much. I don't have to go too much into it. We all know him, but
We
this
all
is
love
a
him.
great
Who?
film. I love Assault on Precinct 13. I still have to see the remake. Tito tells me the remake's good, and you
decent.
know,
That's yeah.
But again,
Ja Rule's in
working with not a lot of big names, not a big budget, pulls off a pretty impressive action film, low budget
That's
action.
usually
film.
his MO for everything, man.
You see that Western kind of feel that he wanted to be before he made Halloween and kind of got stapled as a horror director. But
You changed the genre. Unfortunately,
I know.
that's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
But he still managed to make
Wes Craven.
Escape from New York,
Oh, no,
which
He made some awesome films.
this movie with his character Napoleon Wilson is totally a what do you call it? Precursor? Am I saying that
Yeah.
right? To
Yeah,
Snake
Snake
Plissken.
Plissken. Yeah, for
You
sure.
know, so
And he's another director who does his own music.
that's right.
And he does
Yeah.
Which I've always been a
fantastic
fan of.
scores, yeah.
Always been a fan of. Yeah.
Yep.
You know, I like directors that do many things on the film. I almost went Ed Wood as a joke, but I've brought that up way too many times.
Oh, that can be a runner-up.
Huh? I should add that to my runner-up.
Now, what is the one thing, if you put it in a movie, it'll be successful? Tits. No, better than that. Hit the bars, work some parties, and get me transvestites. I need transvestites.
So not a lot to say. We all know John Carpenter. We all know what he's done, but his first John Carpenter film movie is Assault on Precinct 13. If you haven't seen it, see it.
Nice. My final pick is Christopher Nolan. Nolan's first film, The Following, is not very well known, but his second independent film skyrocketed him to success. 2000's Memento was a mind-bending slow burn with Guy Pearce and Joey Pants. and left a lasting impression on audiences.
Great movie.
It's no surprise that he is now what I like to call an event director. Every movie that comes out from him is anticipated. People are like, "Oh, the new Nolan movie," and to go from being an independent director to, to that type of status, like a Hollywood elite.
Yeah.
I almost wish they would take some of that money away.
What,
You
to
know?
like...
Yeah, to scale it. I almost wish he could scale it. Memento was so good.
Yeah.
And so, like, bare. Like, so,
He
we
did
can make a
I know, it
movie
would be
that
nice.
good.
It would
And
be
was like,
nice for...
They
yeah.
gave him money and
see-
he made these.
Right.
Inception
He
is a
did
fucking
so much
mindfuck of a
with
movie.
so little.
Right. These movies that he's making are amazing.
Yeah.
I
I want to
love
see Oppenheimer.
something-
I'm kind of curious as to what that's going to be like, because it's really not a lot of most of his movies are all very character driven, even though they're these large epic
Stories.
very long usually movies, and on a grand scale. The story itself and the characters that he puts in there, the actors that he uses. He's another one with a stable of actors, one of which is Joseph Gordon-Levitt as well. That's right. Yeah,
and all his shit's pretty original, so which is rare.
Yeah, for the most part. And he did the Batman.
Yeah, you got to play in the DC sandbox.
That's right.
Yeah.
Brian?
Nice. You got to separate the artist from the art with this one, boys. I'm
I
going
can
with
see that name over there.
yeah.
It's
Tito's cringing already. I'm going with Bryan Singer. He directed At Pupil. He directed The Usual Suspects.
That's true.
And then
Great
he went on
movies.
to do the X-Men movies.
Awesome movies.
So I mean,
he did more big ones too, right?
he did, but yeah,
He did the Superman Returns.
yeah, I know. And then he came back to the X-Men franchise
Right.
with Days of Future Past, which was awesome. So he's mostly known for helming the X-Men franchise. But yeah, you got to separate, like I said, the artist, the shitty artist from the.
but he's a talented creepy
the
douche.
the creepy artist from the great art. So I'm going with Bryan Singer on this one.
He directed Bohemian Rhapsody. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
that's
but
right.
there was some behind the
There
scenes
were a
shit
lot,
with that too.
yeah.
That's why I didn't bring
He
that
didn't
one up.
finish it, right?
I don't think he did.
Yeah, I don't think he did either. I think they
Usual
kicked him off
Suspects
that
is a
one.
Fucking awesome movie, man. That's
And then Rocket Man was a better movie. It
Usual
came out that
Suspects.
year. The
I
Elton John
heard,
one.
I heard something. I heard that same thing.
Yeah.
That people told me they like Rocket Man.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't.
didn't see either. But
Oh, I saw both of them.
I haven't
Nice.
seen Rocket Man yet. I have it, but I haven't seen it yet. And I did see Bohemian Rhapsody. But
Taron Egerton does his own singing in that
Yeah.
one, whereas Rami Malek, who looked a lot
Yeah,
like
but he-
Freddie Mercury, totally lip synced through that whole thing. He had the look down.
Yeah.
But I mean, Taron Egerton had the look and the sound,
singing,
and he
yeah.
did his own singing. I got to give it to.
I'm a big fan of him.
Yeah, me too, man. Love that guy.
Cheeto, you
Eggy.
third? That's right.
Eggy. Eggsy.
yeah, Eggsy. That's funny. That was one of my runner-ups. I gotta go with this guy just because I absolutely love him. I'm going Spike Lee. Does She's Gotta Have It? Does School Days? She's Gotta Have It. Get some critical acclaim. But the big one is Do the Right Thing. That basically launches his career. And he makes like a million fucking movies from that point on. And always finds a way to be pretty relevant throughout the years. I think every time you kind of think Spike Lee has gone away, he'll make like Inside
Inside
Job, Inside Man.
I
Is it
love Inside
or
Man.
Inside Job?
No, Inside Man.
yeah.
Inside Man.
Because
I
he's a
forgot that
literal.
was him.
He's a literal. Me too.
Because that's like
That's
not
a total
your
not his
typical
style.
Spike
Not
Lee
what
joint.
you would normally expect,
Nope.
you know. And then he
Love
does
that movie.
more recently. I thought The Five Bloods was really, really good. Black Klansman is freaking awesome.
That came out about 5
So
years ago.
good.
That was really good.
Very good. He always finds a way to be relevant.
I caught that on HBO. That was a fantastic movie.
And then he gets this. Myself, I'm a huge fan of sneakers. He kind of launches the sneakerhead fandom with the Mars character from Mars Blackman from She's Gotta Have It. And they combine that with Michael Jordan, and then he starts making all these commercials. And then you start to know the name, you know the face. He has his own sneaker. He basically plays a sneaker obsessed character, and She's Gotta Have It, and it turns into this kind of culture based off of that. So based on those two things, I just absolutely, he's my guy. And he always has been. So that's my number 3.
He's the reason why sneakers are so goddamn expensive.
I mean, it's possible. It's possible.
Let's go with that.
I was going to say Joe Biden, but I'm just kidding.
No, that's gas prices.
Yeah.
I did that.
And eggs too. Apparently
eggs.
eggs.
Yeah. Eggsy.
Eggsy.
Eggs and gas. Yeah. Can we turn the eggs into gas?
Yeah.
And then make
Yeah,
the
you
cars
can. You ever have
Methane.
deviled eggs?
Propel the eggs.
Oh, dude, you can. Yeah, that's true.
going.
Yeah, have a plate of
They
those.
smell like farts going in. They smell like farts coming out.
Yeah, they really do.
Yeah.
They really do.
Deviled They don't call them deviled eggs for no reason, Mark.
You got the devil in you.
Yeah, you got a devil egg in you.
Smell like something died.
They're so damn delicious, though, I think, anyway.
Mark, what's your third pick?
Well, I had to go with a horror one, and at least one. And
didn't have to.
no, I did. I had to, and I had to go with this guy, George Romero.
Yeah.
The ultimate independent film of the 60s, Night of the Living Dead. And not only did he go on to be a great director of awesome, not only zombie movies, but Stephen King films, but he, one of my favorites, Creepshow, but he revolutionized a monster.
Yeah.
He made zombies what they are today. We would not have any of the zombie awesomeness we had today if not for this one film and this one man, and he has to be recognized. Night of the Living Dead changed the rules of the zombie. Before they were just mind-controlled people working for Bela Lugosi, but then George Romero picks up a copy of Richard Matheson's I Am Legend and says, I'm going to steal this shit. And he does. And just has these guys trapped in a farmhouse with ghouls. And next thing we know, we're calling them zombies because, they are the living dead. You get bit by one, you turn into one, all him. Shoot him in the head. You just, this just set the stage for just decade upon decade of awesome zombie stuff. So he is probably my number one.
Good pick.
Yeah.
Very good pick. Awesome.
All right.
Runners up, anybody? Very quick. Want to spitfire him?
You got to say Kevin Smith, I guess.
I mean, dude, I didn't even think about it.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
he's had some hits or misses, but he is mainstream, and he started out extremely independent.
You do have to say.
Sure did.
Yep.
Sold his entire comic collection to fund his first movie.
And that's the way to do it.
I'm not going to do that.
No, well, no. I mean, I suppose you could say George Lucas.
Well,
right?
we could.
You could, but I'm not.
Poetic.
Yeah, those are my runners.
I had a Matthew Vaughn who was essentially
Nice.
fucking
that's another
baby
good one.
Guy Ritchie.
Yep.
But he's had some pretty big movies, the Kingsman movies, Kick-Ass, started with Layer Cake. And then Robert Townsend, I always
He also started the X-Men First Class series,
He
too.
did X-Men
Yeah.
First Class, yeah, he directed that one. And
Was Layer Cake his first?
Layer Cake was his first
Yeah, that was
movie.
that's a good
with
fucking flick,
Daniel
too.
Craig. Yeah, excellent movie.
Yeah. Yeah, he kind of reminds me of Guy Ritchie. He's like a mix between Guy Ritchie and Edgar Wright.
Edgar Wright.
Oh, yeah, okay. I
Yeah,
can see
if
that.
you mix
Yeah,
them
yeah,
together,
yeah,
you kind of
yeah,
get
yeah.
you kind of get him.
I can see that. Edgar Wright, what a great pick.
Yeah, that's another one.
That's right.
You want to take that one? That wasn't going to be mine, but you can have it if you
Go
want.
for it.
I'm going with the Wachowskis.
Oh,
The Wachowskis directed Bound. Remember that one?
That's right, with Jennifer
That was
Tilly.
that was their first thing.
right?
Oh,
And then they went on.
Pants.
Yep,
Jennifer
again with
Pants is
Joey
another
Pants.
Yep.
Yep, Jennifer Tilly and what the hell was her name?
Gina Gershon.
Gina Gershon.
Gershon,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep, and they went on to do
Chaz
a little
Palminteri
thing.
in that movie?
He might be.
Potentially?
It's been so long since I've seen Bound.
I think you're right.
Who cares?
Maybe.
But yeah, they went on to direct the Matrix series, which you guys may have heard of.
A little series called The Matrix.
Little
I've heard
series
of
called The Matrix.
I've heard of it.
They also did
Series.
the Speed Racer movie.
Yep.
Oh, that's right.
V
Yeah,
for
they did some
Vendetta.
other
Neil
stuff.
Hirsch.
Yep.
Oh, Viva
They
Vendetta.
did
That
do.
was a good
Oh my
one.
god, that's right.
Nice.
Did they do From Hell too?
No.
No.
No, that was
That
the
was
Hughes
the
brothers.
The Hughes
Brothers,
brothers.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
wrong brothers.
Yep.
Wrong set of brothers.
Great movie.
That's an awesome movie.
Yep.
What, From Hell?
From
I
Hell.
gotta see
Love
that
that
again.
movie.
I,
Anything with Jack the Ripper, man. I love it.
Oh yeah,
about
no,
Jack the
that,
Ripper.
it's great lore, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. I tried reading the book, but
Oh, the graphic novel?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
huge. Couldn't get through it.
Is it really?
Hard words.
Huge.
Hard
Huge.
words. Yeah.
That's what you.
It's huge. Couldn't get through it.
That's what she said.
That is what she said. I got Quentin Tarantino,
Yay.
David Cronenberg, and David Lynch.
Yeah, David Lynch. I
Cronenberg
figured,
for
I'm really
Shivers.
surprised that you didn't pick David Lynch
Yeah.
earlier.
Because he's gained cult status, but I thought we were going for like universal appeal or
You can pick whoever you want, man.
I was tempted to. I love Eraserhead.
I know
it's
you
not,
do.
It's not a
Well,
movie
David
I
Lynch
would.
had some big films.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he had
Blue
Dune.
big films.
Velvet,
He had Dune.
Elephant Man.
The Fly, that was a big movie.
All right, I'll
No, that
throw
was
it on
Cronenberg.
there.
Oh, fuck, you're right.
Yeah, Cronenberg did The
I
Fly.
don't know.
But yeah,
The
Dune.
first season
Well,
of
the
Twin
guys
Peaks
who-
was huge.
Yep.
Yeah.
Second
guy
season
who
after
Fire
that-
Walk with Me. That was a
Fire
theatrical
Walk with
movie.
Me.
The guy who did The Fly did produce The Elephant Man, same company there. Brooks Films.
Yep,
So
Mel Brooks.
Close enough. All right,
It was Mel Brooks.
There you go.
Yeah, Mel Brooks was the one that
Mel
produced that
Brooks.
movie.
Oh, wow.
Mel
Yeah,
Brooks
he
gave
was
David
all behind.
Lynch his career.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Yep.
Do you want this quick
Yeah,
story?
yeah, give
All
us the
right,
story.
real quick
Go ahead, man.
story. So,
Drop some knowledge.
David Lynch just comes off of Eraserhead, and it's a film that John Waters, it gets a cult following.
There's
all
another
the
one, man.
mainstream.
There's another guy.
Yeah, another guy right there. All the mainstream people fucking hate this movie. It's garbage. It's a piece of shit. John Waters takes it to the midnight circuit, you know, the Grindhouse films, and it gets an audience that they love. So David Lynch's name starts to get picked up, and somebody sees this movie. A guy named Stuart Kornfeld, I believe his name is, says, "You need to direct this movie. We're working on the Elephant Man, and Mel Brooks is attached to it. He's
It was
producing
an adaptation of the stage play.
Yes,
Yeah.
right. So David Lynch says, well, all right, but I've only made this one movie. What do you want me for? He's like, well, we're showing it to Mel Brooks. And David Lynch is like, are you nuts? He's going to hate that fucking movie. Everybody hates this movie. Like, you know, John Waters loved it and Divine loved it, but, you know, this is Mel Brooks.
But Divine likes shit.
Yeah, Divine eats shit.
Let me look out the window and tell him what the weather is.
Saying, are you nuts? So anyway, they set up a screening for Mel Brooks, and they invite David Lynch to come and get his feedback. So he's out in the lobby waiting, and Mel Brooks sees the movie, and he comes out, he goes up to him, grabs him, gives him a big hug, and says, you're a madman, I love you, you're in. And he started his career. Wow. David Lynch gets Elephant Man. From that, he got Dune, because he, you know, everybody thought, oh, he's British because he directed The Elephant Man. Of course, De Laurentiis didn't know shit about David Lynch because David Lynch is not British. But...
Dino De Laurentiis, I think, didn't know shit about anything.
No, I'm starting to realize that. Although I still like Orca. Anyway, that's the story. Because of Mel Brooks, we have David Lynch. So love him or hate him, and you know, Eraserhead. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. But that's a movie even I wouldn't say, guys.
What was that movie
let's
that
do
he
it.
directed?
Let's sit down and have a movie
Why
night.
not?
Although it is Stanley Kubrick's favorite film.
Which one?
Fun
That's
fact,
sick fuck.
Eraserhead.
Is it really?
Yeah,
What was
that's
that
sick
movie
fuck.
that Lynch directed that had, what was his name? Richard Farnsworth driving
Straight
on
Story.
The Straight Story.
Everybody
That won him an Oscar, right?
loved that movie.
Oh, the guy on the lawnmower.
On the lawnmower. He
Yeah.
drove like cross country on a lawnmower to see his brother.
Wow, look how much we're talking about him. You know what?
See that?
Fuck that.
We're gonna have to
John
do an
Carpenter
entire
out of there.
episode.
I'm putting David Lynch.
We're going to do an entire episode on David Lynch.
Oh,
so
Dan
we
will
really
love
should.
that. Yeah. Dan Bacon, he said, the day you do Twin Peaks or David Lynch, I'm not listening. So he's
Not a David Lynch fan. That's too bad.
no, there's a lot of my friends are.
The Three Geeky Dads
Is
is,
it the
now
hat?
going to be called the David Lynch Hour.
Is it the hat? A lot of people hate the hat. Your hat or his
Welcome
hat?
to our
podcast.
Can we do it like David
We're all going to
Lynch?
talk like David Lynch.
Panties in my mouth. In the future, leave me a cup of coffee. Also, in the past. I fucking love that. Lynch. I could watch that guy do his taxes. In fact,
And
You probably could. Yeah,
Dude, you're
You
the
can
one that
wa-
turned me onto that fucking video series.
With
He
him
does that. We're
cooking
the one
the
where he just
weather?
tells the weather.
Yeah.
He looks out the window and
He's
he reports
a
the
fucking
weather.
nut. Look how much we're talking about this. All right, we're doing the David Lynch show. Sorry, guys. You inspired me, man. All right. Well, that was good appetite. Anybody else? Anybody else got anything? All right.
No.
Shall we go to the main course?
Yeah, let's talk to the main course.
Ooh, cool.
Swallow your soul.
Klaatu, Barata, necktie, nectar. Well, it was definitely an N-word.
That's racist. Your soul. That's racist. Your eyes. That's gay.
Well, whatever it was, those words were uttered by one of the horror genre's most influential heroes, Ash, played by the cult favorite Bruce Campbell. What started as just another cliched character in a low-budget horror film soon rose to the ultimate savior of all mankind. Armed with a chainsaw and a boomstick, Ash has defended the world against the armies of the undead for decades now, and has managed to thrill fans with his cool one-liners and clever quips, all while battling demons of every kind. While I personally prefer the more horror aspects of the trilogy in the first two movies, I can't help but love how Sam Raimi took what could have just been another same old horror franchise and instead take it to a zanier and more comedic direction. Between Raimi's use of the camera and Bruce Campbell's slapstick performance, this third time's a charm just manages to work, never forgetting its darker roots, but also offering those something new, inviting audiences who like their horror a little more fun and lighthearted. So, opening thoughts, gentlemen. Who would like to start?
I'll start.
You want to start?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know that everybody loves the Evil Dead movies, the originals, but Army of Darkness has always been my favorite of the three. All that.
That's crazy.
Well, when you think of Ash, you think like the one-liners. You think of that like kind of smug, over the top attitude, but also like at the same time constantly getting the slapstick, getting like the shit kicked out of him, and like all that smugness and like the charm part was from this. You know, that didn't really appear in the first two movies. You know, this movie really created that version of the character that's endured for so long.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong.
Yeah,
I've noticed that there are, when it comes to this trilogy, you have those who prefer more of the horror, and then you have those who prefer more of the comedy. Like there's some that choose Army of Darkness as their favorite, while others go Evil Dead. It's funny how a trilogy evokes such different emotion from people.
No, and it's not that I don't enjoy the horror aspects of the first
I love
two.
all of them, but there's something about either the horror or the comedy that audiences gravitate to in this trilogy.
Yeah.
And you had a little bit of the comedy in the second one. It was, you know,
plenty of slapstick in the
basically a like more comedy version remake of the first one.
Yeah,
And,
you can see the transition.
Right.
Yeah.
The progression of it.
Agreed. Yeah. Brian?
I love this movie. This is the only one of the trilogy that I've seen in the movie theater.
Yeah.
And I saw it just a few years after being introduced to Evil Dead Part 2, late night on HBO, and absolutely falling in love with the horror comedy aspect of it, which I love.
Yeah.
And then having the first one, which is so self-contained and claustrophobic in a cabin, and then bringing Ash into the open world, and having him play in this medieval sandbox, it was just awesome, you know. And me being like, you know, the D&D kind of, you know, fantasy kind of, you know, geek that I am, it just spoke to me even more, and I just fell in love with this movie. Throw on top of it all the Three Stooges references with the slapstick comedy and all the gags. It was just awesome. This has always been one of my absolute favorites from the time I saw it.
Yeah, this is the first one of the series that I saw. I was old enough where I remember it coming to theaters. I didn't see it in theaters. I saw it on television. But similarly, you know, good fantasy is hard to come by. So anytime something like this would come around, I had to see it. I wanted to see it. It wasn't until I was in like my late 20s, maybe early 30s, that I saw the first two. And this movie, I mean, I think it's okay to me. I prefer to. I think it's like the perfect version of both. But it's fun, and I agree with Derek. This is like the idea of Ash that everyone has in their head came from this movie.
Yeah,
and you see it, and it evolved into the TV series.
Right, I was going to say that too. The Ash versus the Evil Dead version is definitely
Ash
the Ash from this movie
and those shows.
Yep,
and kind of put him on the map, like as that type of character.
Yeah,
he's always that kind of smug, kind of like what was that? What was
overconfident.
Briscoe County.
Yes,
Briscoe County.
His character on Hercules and Xena.
Like Jack of all trades.
Yep.
But yeah, then
Burn Notice.
Yeah, he adopts that persona,
right?
And it comes from this. I don't know. It's not scary at all, and it should be more my movie. But 2 is just too good to me, and I just enjoy it. It's got the right amount of scary. It's got the right amount of funny, and I think he's just perfect in it. So yeah, this movie is okay. It's the third one. I don't know. Honestly, I think it's like the Spider-Man 3 of the bunch, to be honest.
Okay.
Because 2 is killer. Spider-Man 2 is a fucking great movie.
Agreed.
And Evil Dead 2 is phenomenal. So, and 1 is just all right to me also. But yeah.
Cool.
That's my
I love all three of these. My personal favorite will always be the first one. Again, a fan of just low budget independent horror. Nothing can top it. I think the best one made is Evil Dead 2. You're right on the money. It's got the best of the other two films in one. I do think it's better than Army of Darkness. However, I love Army of Darkness because for the reasons you guys have described, it made Bruce Campbell a household name. His attitude, his persona. I think they're all awesome. And I think this is one of the, if you don't count the series, it's one of the last great trilogies, you know? And I'm kind of glad they never made a fourth one. But I'm kind of glad they didn't. This is a great trilogy. Fun. It's cool to watch them all in a row and see the direction it goes in.
The progression.
Yeah. Shall we categorize it? Get to the categories?
Let's do it.
Woo!
Who wants to go first? Favorite scenes?
Derek, you've been starting us off.
I got to go with the Gulliver's Travel Evil Twin sequence. It's great. It's pure, like
Love it.
all the physical comedy.
Yeah.
And just like, the personality of the little tiny versions of him.
The tiny ashes.
And then when he like grows the twin and they separate, like that whole sequence is really cool anyway.
Cool.
Yeah.
But like the way that like the voice that he uses for it.
Oh God!
God. I love it. It's such a great sequence.
Got you
Agreed.
little two shoes. Got you little two shoes.
Yeah.
Oh, bad, eh? Oh, see?
Yeah. You're good at
You can't help but quote it.
No, I know.
Got you little two shoes. Ryan?
I agree with Derek. That's my favorite scene too. And it reminds me a lot of the scene in the cabin when his hand first goes bad. It's just fantastic. He's such a physical comedian, this guy.
He's so good at playing off himself.
Off of himself, exactly. He's playing
Not
off his
everybody
own
can do
body
that.
parts. It's amazing. This guy is fantastic. Yeah, you hit on all the right beats, Derek. It's my favorite scene. It's just the images in the mirror, and they all step out of the shards of glass, and he's doing the London Bridge. He's trying to step on them, and the little guys are singing back at him.
My fair lady.
That's a cool effect too. Them climbing out.
Yeah,
Like,
it really was.
The
It's
effects
very
throughout
cool.
that whole scene,
Yeah.
like
Very
all the
cool.
practical stuff and the CGI are just they're good.
Yep. No, it's a fantastic scene, and even to the point where like he howls at the moon with the two heads, the big, huge Hollywood full moon behind him. And then,
That's a stop motion shot too.
Yeah,
I think
there's a
part
lot of
it.
stop
yeah,
motion
I
in
love
this
the
movie
stop
as
motion
well.
with the two heads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic.
Good one.
Absolutely fantastic scene.
I gotta go. I got two. It's actually the opening and the final scene. I love that in each version of 1, 2, and Army of Darkness, you're getting a reimagining of the film.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, so you're like seeing the car get sucked through
Yeah.
with Linda, and then it's just like a whole reshot.
Right.
He's like, okay, let's do it again, but let's change it up a little bit. We're gonna do this. I absolutely love that about the movies, the series as a whole. And I love how it ends in S-Mart with the girl, and he's like riding across the aisle with the Winchester rifle.
Yep.
Just like bang, bang, bang,
The
bang, bang.
repeater.
And she's doing backflips off the trampoline, and it's all just hilarious. And
And that
you
line,
think you
"I'll
have
swallow
this-
your soul."
I'll swallow-
Yeah.
Like that's.
Yeah.
I used to have that on my AOL instant messenger. That's one of the sounds.
Come get some.
But yeah, great end, and I love how just that open-ended feel to it, which they've all had, which made me hope for more.
Was this the first one where they showed him actually at S-Mart?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
'Cause- yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
'Cause
it's
the
always
first-
them getting to
Right.
the cabin.
Yeah, exactly. They were already in the
Yeah.
woods.
Yeah.
I like that backstory, and he's telling Ted Raimi the story at the end.
And he's bored as shit.
Yeah, right.
Did
but
you say the words right this
Yeah,
time?
right.
Well, I'm obviously here, aren't I?
Yeah.
Well, and it's funny too because the original ending was about him like oversleeping. Like he ended up like taking 7 drops instead of 6 drops.
Oh,
of
yeah.
potion. And he wakes up and like it's post-apocalyptic.
Right. Yeah.
But
Yeah, but
those
the
are my
studio didn't like that
Right.
ending.
two of my favorite scenes.
I got to go with you. The S-Mart battle scene at the end of the movie. For the same reasons. I fucking just love him jumping off the trampoline, just in the sportings. Good lady, I'm going to have to ask you to leave the store.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's, yeah.
You know.
It's what Black Friday should have been.
It is.
Exactly.
You're exactly
You know?
Yeah.
right.
I was thinking the same thing,
Yeah.
Derek.
And just the telling the story to Ted Raimi, like you said, how bored he looked. Yeah. Oh, it's the best, and it's what I always think of when I think of this movie.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, you get the show, and I really enjoyed the show because I think it got back to kind of 2 a little bit, but it is really fucking funny.
Yeah.
But also very scary. And that's what I liked best about that last scene is like him in like our world.
Yeah.
Where the medieval stuff is okay to me. I would have liked to have seen Ash in the world with Deadites, which you get to see eventually, but in this movie it's not till the end, which I think is just a phenomenal scene. Maybe that's why I like it so much. You're good?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Least favorite? Hated scene?
I really don't have any like scenes that I don't like that I would take out or anything. I guess I could, if I had to pick, I'd probably say any of the scenes really with M. Beth Davids. Like I don't think that character is really needed. I guess you got to give him like a girl to work off of. And when we get to it, my favorite quote is a scene with her. But I just she doesn't really do it for me in this movie. The character itself, and I,
Yeah, she's a little generic.
Yeah,
I don't really have one. Yeah. I'm trying to think of one that I would get rid of, and I can't think of anything that I would excise. Everything works for me.
Excise.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I like that.
Exercise.
Mine is the one with all the little ashes.
You don't like that
I'm
one?
not a fan of the little ashes.
Wow.
Yeah, something. So once he swallows the little ash and the eyeball pops out,
that's great.
I'm all in.
Yeah.
I love that stuff.
But him just
I
trying
love
to
when he
step on them.
splits, and then when he gets sucked into the book, and then he's pulling himself out, and his face is really long.
Yeah.
I think that's really funny, and I love that effect a lot.
Yeah.
I think when he's shaking his face.
Yeah, to make it smaller.
But like that, it's like too much slapsticky for me. Like I just can't
Crosses that line
I
for
can't
you.
get into it. I just can't get into that scene. So of all the scenes in the film, that one is like too much for me. But once he swallows the one and he grows the eyeball, I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then he starts splitting, and everything happening from that point up until he gets to the 3 Necronomicons, I think is really, really fun and interesting. But that scene, I don't know, something about it. It's like too hilarious. I don't know.
I get you.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's unexpected for me. It's unexpected, I think. Because you get a little bit of like scary when he gets in the pit and things leading up to that point, but you're like, oh, it's this kind of movie? That's what always gets me when I'm watching. I always forget. I'm like, oh yeah, it's this kind of movie.
So you needed more edge, basically, a little more darkness.
Yeah, probably.
Right.
Yeah.
I can see that totally.
The the little ashes were not all Bruce Campbell. They were other actors. And Sam Raimi, being the Three Stooges fan that he is, loves to use this term called the fake Shemp. Which is a term in Hollywood, which means an actor disguised as another actor who would have died, like Bela Lugosi being portrayed by the chiropractor with the cape over his face. Would have been a fake Shemp. Yep. And Sam Raimi loves to use this term all the time, and he's actually got that in the credits: that fake Shemp 1, fake Shemp 2, fake Shemp 3.
Cool. I do like that. I do like that.
Yeah,
that's very cool.
Yeah, if you look closely, you can see a lot of them with masks.
That makes more sense, not knowing his affinity for the Three Stooges. I didn't grow up watching that.
Yeah.
So that there's a disconnect for me, but I definitely can appreciate, especially based on what you're telling me.
That's where all that slapstick stuff comes from. Yeah. Oh, he gets a lot of that from that.
Well, it's a scene I like, but it's my least favorite. Let's when he's picking the 3 books, it's good, but it's not as good as everything else.
Really, you don't like the?
No, I do. No, I do like it. I just don't like it as much as I like, say, the little ashes. Or I do like what follows after he screws up the words, and then he gets into that Three Stooges stuff with all the arms coming out, and they're poking him in the eye.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's great. But I don't know. This one's kind of like the book part. Okay, this takes a little while for him to figure out the book. I can do something. So if I had to dig, it would probably be that.
That's where you take your pee break.
That's where you take the pee break.
That's it.
Right?
Yeah.
That's where you're I gotta pee. I'll do it.
Yeah, that's the book scene. All right, I know he's face sucking. All right. Book bites him. All right, that's good enough.
So we're combining what would I change, who might I change into one category now. Derek, what would you change? Who might you change?
Beth Davids, probably.
M. Night Shyamalan.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Plus, I don't like the name. I know Sheila. And I
blame
like
her parents.
But no, but like it doesn't. Sheila doesn't really strike me as a medieval type of name.
Oh, dude, yeah, totally. Yeah, when I hear it, I like the name too, but I'm like Sheila.
It's a little like she should be in New York City.
Yeah,
That's just what they call pillow talk, baby.
I love that line.
Yeah, I could see that.
Brian,
you got something that you might
that
change?
I would change? No.
Person you might change?
No, I think everybody works.
All right.
Tito? Basically what I've been saying. I just would have liked it a little bit scarier, maybe a little more suspense to it. Which I'm not gonna keep talking about the second one. Just one more time. It just has it. The second one just has the suspense. It's scary. It scares me, but it also makes me laugh. This
Same
doesn't
here.
have it for me, which I want. I want it. So that's what I would change.
He wants it all, and he wants it now.
A little
What
more
do you want,
suspense,
Mark?
a little more.
What do I want? I want it all, and I want it now. Queen. I would gore it up a little more. Queen. I want it all.
It is that
Great song.
Although I did think that you were talking about the girl from
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate. Yeah, so did I.
Veruca
Salt.
Yeah,
I thought you were doing Veruca Salt.
Good band.
I want a Deadite now.
It's the book scene. Go take a poop. So yeah, and I would.
Break.
I need to cool it on the Thai food.
Oh my God.
Seriously, dude, light a candle.
I would gore it up a bit. I'm with you. You know, I love the third movie just fine, but it is very funny, and I love 1 and 2 for the gore factor, so that'd be cool. And I agree with Derek. Annabeth Davids is just there. I think he does need a love interest because the best of his lines come from his conversation with her.
Yeah.
But she is just not that engaging.
Yeah.
She's just there to be there.
She was miserable making the movie too.
Yeah.
Especially when she becomes a Deadite. Spoiler alert. She was so miserable in the makeup that it made her contemplate
quitting acting.
Yeah,
I read that
which
too.
she probably should have. But
quitting acting. Jeez,
she hasn't really done much.
Take it easy, Mbeth.
She was in 13 Ghosts, but I don't really.
Was she in 13 Ghosts?
Yeah, she was the
Tony
one
Shalhoub?
that tricked him. That was in cahoots with F. Murray Abraham.
Oh, okay. I saw on the
F.M. You know,
right?
It's what?
F. Murray Abraham.
Yeah, F. Murray. Right? Yeah. Okay. From Amadeus.
W.F. Murray Abraham.
I always get him confused with the lawyer.
Which one?
That's Tony Shalhoub?
No, there's a lawyer, an actual lawyer. The one he was on. He was one of the lawyers from the O.J. Simpson case.
F. Murray Abraham. You get confused
with judicial system. That guy. Yeah. That's,
he's got one of those types of names.
Yeah.
Janet Reno.
No.
It's Reno John.
Judge Ito.
I can't remember it.
F.W. Murnau.
The director of
F. Lee Bailey.
F. Lee Bailey. That's
F. Lee
it.
Bailey,
That's it.
Judicial system. It's a Dana Carvey bit about F. Lee Bailey.
I didn't know that.
Check it out.
All right.
That's all right.
Tito will send it to you later.
Thank you. I still got to see the iced tea thing you sent me.
Oh yeah. We'll say that. Poor Mbeth.
Poor Mbeth.
Poor Mbeth.
Whatever, she's fine. It's just, you know, somebody with a little more, I don't know.
Somebody better.
Je ne sais quoi.
Better.
Yeah, somebody better. That's fine. Yeah, she's
a certain I don't know.
She's all right.
More Jenna Jameson Sequoia. Yeah.
She's okay.
She's fine.
Yeah, we
fine.
hang out with her. She's all right.
Hair is fine.
How are you? Hair is fine. Scene that might make you stop watching this movie.
Oh, I forgot to fill that one in.
Yeah,
that's all right. Maybe you don't have one.
I don't really have one for that.
I don't have one.
Yeah.
If I saw this movie at any, it's such a fast-paced movie.
It really is.
It's pretty fast-paced.
I rewatched this again last night, and I forgot how quickly it moves.
Teacher's pet.
Teacher's pet.
At no point is there nothing that would make me stop and say, nope, let's flip this.
Yeah.
Right.
That's fair.
Same here.
If you don't have it, you don't have it.
I don't have it.
It'd be the mini ashes might make me stop.
You'd be like, enough of this.
I don't know
You don't like little things.
That's what she said.
That's my joke. Damn it, Dwight.
Something about it. I don't know. I like the effect of how they appear.
Yeah.
Just not what they're doing. Like there's some like the fork in the back and the wall. I'm like some of that the effects I absolutely love in that scene.
Yeah.
I just don't love the scene.
Mm-hmm.
But that would be it.
You're okay. You don't have to keep justifying it, man.
I feel
love
you. Oh, okay, yeah. No worries. Yeah. I appreciate it.
Get the gun. No.
Things that might not work today.
Not a thing. This movie's awesome. Not a thing.
Not a thing would work today?
Not a thing would not. What would not
Double
work
negative.
today? What would not
Gotcha.
work today? That's what it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Your
I
double
jumped
negative
in. I'm
has
sorry.
proved positive.
Yeah. 50% of this game is 90% mental.
60% of the time, this works 100% of the time.
Every time.
No, I don't.
Sex Panther.
I don't think. I think it's all
Relevant.
fun,
Good.
holds up.
I mean,
sure.
the movie took place in 1300. I mean, so.
Did you guys have anything?
Well, no. Like, I mean, there's not really a lot that's out of touch or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
I think maybe if I really had to think about something or was forced to pick something, I'd say maybe the amount of slapstick. I don't know if that would, as I like to say,
translate.
Slap. I don't think it would slap.
That is so fetch. Gretchen, stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
With today's audiences, but because I don't think they get that stuff. They're not. But
that's timeless.
No,
That's kind of
I
that's
still
kind of a
think they would.
timeless.
There's-
I mean, they're
been
still running
around.
the Three Stooges every week on
Right.
MTV.
Yeah.
You know, people still watch it.
But like us old people watch it.
Yeah, but I mean,
don't know
it's
if
still a
there's any,
style
you
of
know,
comedy. I don't think it
yeah.
ever goes out of style.
Smacking somebody is never going to not
know.
be funny.
Physical
That's
humor is
gonna
always
be
going to be
funny.
Whenever we do
involved.
this category now, all I can think of is
Every
like,
time you see
the
somebody
new woke
squash their balls on a
audiences.
bicycle,
Oh,
don't you laugh? Don't you laugh?
Someone falls down the stairs.
That's
Someone walks
exactly-
into a
that's
wall.
true.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Slapstick
never
is
going to be
timeless.
funny when somebody gets hurt.
I get what you're saying, though. But you're thinking about today's audience. But
Yeah.
you're thinking of the internet audience. We're talking about like.
and that's
you
what this
know,
catery always makes me kind of go to.
I think if
Oh,
you
by
makes you
default.
lean towards that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you show Liam this movie in another couple of years or whatever, he's gonna laugh.
Oh yeah,
probably
no,
watch
he'll
this
laugh.
now.
Yeah, he'll laugh
Totally.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
he probably will.
Yeah, it's not that close.
Maybe.
I
Take it down.
It's not that gory.
Get to it when you get to it.
It's really not.
Don't listen to
Right,
these
don't rush me.
degenerates.
Don't rush me.
Show him Saw after too. while you're at it.
Exactly.
Yeah, tape his eyelids open.
I'm gonna show him the human
I
centipede.
was just going to say that. You stole it right out of my mouth.
Followed by Tusk.
Oh God. You know,
haven't seen
and
that
listen,
one.
if
Was
he's
that Kevin
being
Smith?
Yeah.
bad, show
I
him
never saw
Skinamarink, and then
Oh God, no.
No.
never do a bad thing again.
Imagine if he fell in love with the zone. He was like, Dad, let's watch Skinamarink.
Oh, then you'd have to give him up for adoption.
Yeah.
Sorry, Liam.
I'd have to get him checked out.
Take
I'd have
him
to be
a-
like,
take a ride to the fire
something's wrong
station.
with my kid. He finds this mundane movie fascinating.
What, you've already gone through? You've already gone through all of Fraggle Rock. Let me introduce you to Cannibal Holocaust.
So I actually went the way you were thinking, and this was kind of a, I don't know if it's a reach because you're still seeing a lot of horror movies. But it was like Demon Rape.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's still going. It's still out
Demon
there.
Rape?
Demon Rape's going strong in the horror world. It's not crazy.
It's
but
a kiss.
It's a good
just
go-to
a
when you need to
kiss.
illustrate evil.
no, I feel like it's alluded to.
You think so?
But
You think he's in front of all those troops? They got a battle to get to.
They're animals. Yeah, absolutely.
It was
The 1300s.
Yeah.
It was the times.
Nope.
But honestly, for me, as much as I enjoy the homages to like stop motion, I feel like it doesn't work as well.
The
Really?
Army of the
Especially
Dead.
for like 92. It's like it's cool. I appreciate his love of these things. Let me incorporate the stop motion, but he probably didn't need to do it. He does it because he wants to. But when I see it now, I'm like, it doesn't hold up as well for me. Some of the stop motion.
Yeah, I
stuff.
kind of wish it was like an army of like Deadites and makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how much of this movie was like rear projection. You know, like you could see that they're acting with like another screen behind them.
Totally.
Like,
Yeah, when the two ashes are pulling open
Right,
ashes,
exactly.
big Asher's mouth.
And
then,
there's a lot of that,
Yeah.
like in the last battle, everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, another rear projection scene. Wow.
Yeah, when the captain gets catapulted.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
I absolutely love
Yeah.
that, though.
Yeah.
See, to me, it just brings me back to like Jason and the Argonauts and seeing all that stuff. So
Oh
it
yeah,
doesn't bother
don't get me
at
wrong. I
all.
love practical
But
effects,
I
but
can see what you're saying.
this is '92.
Right.
You know, it's you know.
At the time, it almost feels like it's I mean, the studio probably appreciated it because it was probably cheaper in the end, and I'm sure it's his love of the craft that makes him want to have these homages in the film. But watching it more recently, I was like, I wonder. I would have liked to see some '92 effects, which you have. You have some good
Makeup effects.
makeup
are good.
effects in
Oh,
this movie.
absolutely.
There are some really great ones. It's just
And a lot of the close-up of the skeletons, you can tell are puppets.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
and they
yeah,
were
yeah.
like bouncing in front of the screen. It's like,
Yeah,
come on,
it's
guys, let's
hilarious.
go.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Which further like pushes the slapsticky,
good
kitschy
Yeah.
aspect of the film. So it all tracks.
You're almost on Muppet territory.
Yeah,
A little bit.
It tracks. Award. Oh, I'm sorry. Anybody? You got?
No, I was just gonna say it's funny because this came out before A Nightmare Before Christmas, and I
Yeah,
feel like
just
stop
before.
motion at around this time was kind of stagnant, or it felt it anyway. I don't remember seeing too much of
James
it
and the
being
Giant
used.
Peach, maybe.
No, that was
So that was after
Was
too.
that after?
Yeah.
yeah.
That was after,
I think after Nightmare Before Christmas came along and was such a hit, stop motion became better again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I think
for
that
sure.
might-
Yeah.
'cause
But
Like
those
the-
ones are all like pure animation.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
There's
Yeah,
no
yeah.
live action.
right,
No.
characters.
but just the
It's all-
medium itself.
But you
yeah.
also had
Yeah.
the Aardman company that did the Wallace and Gromit stuff.
Yeah,
that was
true.
around that same time
Yeah.
too.
Comforts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Chicken Run.
Yep, Chicken Run came after. That was a few years after. That was
I
like
forgot about
94,
Chicken
95.
Run. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good movie. Award for what are you doing in this movie? Any nominees?
Yeah, Bridget Fonda.
Yeah, that was mine.
As the third incarnation of Ash's former girlfriend.
Yeah.
Linda.
Yep.
Yeah.
What a babe. How do you go from Bridget Fonda to fucking what's this?
And Beth Davids, right?
Davids.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It should have been reversed.
And even
it should have been the other way around.
Angela Featherstone at the end.
Yeah,
Is
the
that
very
her name?
last one.
Linda
Yeah.
from The Wedding Singer.
This movie
Oh, is that who that is?
yeah.
It's Linda.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Because
It's bookended by two really attractive women.
Yeah.
Bridget Fonda got the part because they were roommates for a while.
It's a homely chick sandwich.
Wow.
Scott Spiegel, all of them were living in one house, and they needed a woman and said, Bridget, want to do this? She said, sure, that's it.
What?
Well,
Had
and
she been cut off at the time? Had the Fonda stopped giving her money?
I have no idea.
now
roommates?
I'm curious.
No
Did
That's
she?
the craziest thing I've ever
I
heard.
don't know.
I'm curious. Did she meet?
Have you met Jane Fonda? Maybe she wanted to be away from her. She's
Did she meet Danny Elfman when they were making this movie? Because he does the.
Oh, no. Where did they meet? I thought I heard a story about this. You know what? Let's go with that because I can't remember. Yeah, maybe.
Right.
They are
Danny
together.
Elfman.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. There's a connection.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's an awesome score, by the way.
Yeah.
That's an
Oh,
awesome
totally.
opening
Totally.
score.
Very good. I got Bridget Fonda. I feel like it's too good, but Ian Abercrombie, Mr. Pitts,
Mr. Pitts.
Mr. Pitts. I was like, fuck, Mr.
Spinach
Pitts is in this
chin.
movie.
Whoa, spinach chin. Does look like spinach.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's a Three Stooges line.
Spinach chin?
Spinach chin.
Oh, I
That's
didn't
a
know.
Mo calls
Wow.
somebody spinach chin.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wild stuff.
Amazing.
Anyone have anyone else?
No.
Bridget
No, I had
Fonda.
Bridget Fonda.
It's a
Bridget
runaway.
Fonda.
You know who I almost went with was Bill Moseley.
Oh,
Who is he?
as evil.
He plays the evil Ash, when he becomes the general, the
Yeah.
Deadite.
Yeah.
okay.
After he
But
burns his face.
But he really isn't recognized. Like you can't really recognize him.
No.
Not at all.
So
No,
it's
he's
not
under a
until
ton
you
of
see the
makeup.
credit list. Yeah.
Sally.
Yeah.
Sally Forth.
But yeah, Ian Abercrombie's a good one.
Mr. Pitts. Ride the Woody Woodpecker balloon.
All right. Best quote, favorite quote.
That's just what we call pillow talk, baby.
I was going to go with that one
That's
too.
it's such an Al Bundy line.
Yep.
Like the way that he delivers it, that's because he's like kind of caught. And
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
like,
That's just what we call pillow talk, baby. Leave me alone, will you?
like there's so many good ones, but I love that one.
I'm still going Hail to the King, baby.
Yeah.
That'll always be my
classic.
favorite.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yep. You primitive screwheads. This is my
yeah.
boomstick.
That's mine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I like
Screw
the I'll swallow your soul.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a callback to the early
your
ones.
soul.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. That's
Come
a
get
good one.
some.
Yo, I also like she bitch.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, and I love when he's talking about the gun, and he
Oh, yeah.
does the whole like spiel,
Oh,
the
yeah,
smart
yeah.
spiel.
A
Smart
knurled
top
walnut
line.
stock. Yep.
You can find it.
You can find this
it in the
baby
sporting.
in the sporting goods section.
Yep.
One of my favorite parts, and it's not a big part, but it's after the lady gets possessed and then she falls and you think she's dead, and then Bruce Campbell's like, "Wait, it's a trick."
Oh yeah,
Get
yeah,
an
yeah.
axe. I don't know why.
yeah.
I just love the way he says that. He's like, "Wait,
Yeah.
it's a trick. Get an axe."
Yeah.
Oh, so you're talking about the witch in the
Yeah,
beginning.
yeah,
The witch,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
in
Oh,
the
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 women-
first
not in the
one to
pit,
get possessed when
Yeah.
he's in the castle.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see. I think like the worst quote is the Beth Davis one when she becomes the Deadite,
Oh,
and
I may
she's
be
like,
bad,
"I may be bad,
but
yeah,
I feel
but it feels so good."
good.
It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That was cringy.
Fucking get out of here.
Yeah.
That's cringy.
It
Do
was
you know
cringy.
one of Kurt Russell's favorite movie quotes is from Evil Dead 2? And
Is it?
It's work shed.
Really?
If you watch Evil Dead 2, there's a part where he's running around
Yeah.
trying to, I forget what he's trying to do. He's trying to,
Is
he's
he-
got to go to the work shed to get
Right.
the
To get the
He's
chainsaw.
running out of the cabin, and then it's clearly dubbed in there at the last second.
Yeah.
He's just screaming. He's like, it is like work shed. And then and apparently Kurt Russell loved it so much when they were doing Escape from L.A. together when they met for the first time. Kurt Russell like walks right up to him and goes, "Say work shed." So,
That's awesome.
so if it's good enough for Kurt Russell,
Yep. It's good enough for
it's
Mark.
good enough for anybody.
Kurt Russell's the best.
Yeah.
How does it stack up? What are we putting it up against? What,
The rest of the trilogy?
The rest of the
rest
I mean,
trilogy.
well, we kind of already
others?
ranked it there.
We
but
kind of ranked it to
Yeah.
the trilogy horror comedies.
maybe fantasy films in general.
Well, for me, it would be the top
For real?
for fantasy movies because
He's not a huge. Yeah.
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 It
Oh,
would,
that
be
tracks.
one I watch more.
That
Yeah.
tracks.
I don't know. It's not as fantasy as I wish it was. Like I really wish the medieval part would have been a little bit more
Yeah.
fantastic.
How about you, Brian?
If we're pitting it against fantasy films, there are better ones. but I still love this movie.
Yeah.
I'd call it middle of the pack.
Yeah, that's what I typed on my phone. Middle of the pack.
Middle of the pack.
There are other fantasy movies I'd rather see. There are other Evil Dead movies I'd rather see.
That makes sense.
This one
too.
isn't typically one that's gonna.
Wow, you.
I'm in the mood for.
Yeah.
It's not a movie I'm in the mood for, but if somebody brought it up, I'd be like, yeah, let's watch it.
Cool.
MVP.
Bruce.
Yep.
Yep. All the things I said
Obviously.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's all,
about
it's
Bruce
all been
Campbell.
said.
Hail to the king.
Yeah.
To be able to like play both those sides, the buffoon and like
The hero.
Yeah.
like the cool.
He's so hip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he really is. It's and it was the birth of that Bruce Campbell that we now have.
Yeah.
And so many awesome. Like I love him in everything he's in because of that.
Yeah.
So
Even in Evil Dead 2, for 20 minutes, he's fighting with his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before it's chopped off.
That was the scene that introduced me to Evil Dead 2. I turned it on late at night, and it was that scene, and I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? I'm loving this.
Yeah.
What am I watching? How much did I miss before all this? Why is he doing this? And I had to go back and watch it.
But it still looks older and scarier. Army of Darkness, I get it. It's very polished too, and it's clean, very clean.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I like the Evil
Well, it
Dead
had the
films
studio
with the
behind it.
grungy.
Yeah, it has a studio feel
it has
to
a
it.
studio
It has a
behind
studio
it.
Totally.
feel.
No, I get it.
I remember seeing.
I think it was Dino De Laurentiis. Now that I think about it,
You might be right.
Yeah, the band of the enemy of the show, Dino De Laurentiis.
Well, he's a friend.
He's all right?
I like
Frenemy.
Thorn in the
Frenemy.
Thorn in the side.
Thorn in the
I'm going with Frenemy,
He
Tito.
made
Frenemy of the
Blue
show.
Velvet, Silver Bullet. He makes movies I love.
Yeah, but he's also made.
Frenemy for some, friend for others. Yes,
Sure.
sure.
I wouldn't kick him out of bed.
Okay.
That's all that money.
Yeah. Well, his granddaughter.
Yeah, I was going to say Giada De Laurentiis.
Yes.
God, yeah.
Yeah. At least her chest. Sorry.
No, that's all right. I remember
a
wanting
lollipop
Don't
to
give me
see.
shit, audience. Tito spent like 5 minutes on one boob last episode, so don't be calling me a pig.
Oh, the one from. I
one
didn't know it was
boob.
there. I didn't even know it was there. All these years, I didn't even know.
Oh, okay.
First time I ever
what
watched
you
it.
get for watching it on
I didn't.
network TV?
I know.
Yeah.
TBS, you bastards. But I remember wanting to see the Evil Dead films, renting them with my wife because that's what we did on the weekends. We went to Blockbuster.
Oh, yeah.
Good old
So I was like,
days.
I want to see these movies, and I think I rented one and started watching it, and then I was like, wait a minute, I think this is what 2 is. This is 2. They gave me the wrong one, so I watched it, went back, and then I rented 2, and I was like, no, this is 2.
Yeah.
Only I like it more. I'm so confused.
2 retells 1 in
Yeah.
like
Right.
5 minutes and gets rid of
But-
the other 2 unappealing people.
Great.
Yeah.
I love those films, and he's
I do,
fucking
too.
awesome. Anytime Bruce Campbell pops up, everyone gets excited. Unless you don't know who he is, then you're missing out.
Yeah.
You really are. You're missing out if you don't know. Bruce
There's
Campbell.
another horror movie that he did way back then, right?
Maniac Cop.
That's what I was
Oh,
thinking
yeah,
of.
he's in
Maniac
that.
Cop. That's
Maniac
right.
I like him.
Where I was
oh,
like,
maybe
I
it's
remember
Bruce
seeing
Campbell?
that.
And don't forget,
Aaron Leida.
Aaron
and don't forget Bubba Hotep that he
Bubba
did
Hotep.
after this.
Yeah.
So good.
Yep.
Had a cameo, really cool
With
cameo
Ozzie Davis.
in
With
Darkman.
Ozzie Davis.
Yeah.
Darkman, he has the
Oh,
cameo.
yeah, he's
in.
in-
Yep.
He's who Liam
Gladiator.
Neeson changes from. He was in Congo very briefly.
He was?
Oh, yeah,
I
the
remember
guys
him
in
in
the beginning.
Congo.
I watched that
opening
the
of
other
Congo.
night.
Yeah, well,
Don't
then
ask why.
you saw him.
I'm a fan of that movie.
What, Congo?
Yeah,
we
I don't
gotta
know
do
why.
that movie.
I don't
I'd
know.
like that.
You know, it's got
Isn't Tim
fucking
Curry in that?
Ernie
Ernie
Hudson.
Hudson.
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry.
Yeah. We did. We talked about it.
Who's the girl in it? Oh,
Laura Linney.
No, Laura Linney.
And she was in Truman Show. She played his
Yes,
wife.
she
In,
plays his
Oh,
wife
okay.
in
Oh,
Truman
Laura
Show.
Linney was in that Man of the Year movie with Robin Williams too.
I never saw that.
Yeah.
Oh, and she was in the Mothman Prophecies.
Oh, I saw
that?
that in the theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fell asleep to that movie.
Every once
I
in
think
a
I
while.
did
No
too.
Mothman.
Yeah.
I saw
Mothman.
No Mothman.
Yeah.
I have a
That was
friend.
Boba. That was Moon Knight
You
before
need
there was
some
Moon Knight.
Mothman in your Mothman
true.
Prophecies.
There's a movie called Mothman.
I saw that with my friend Rebecca, and every once in a while we'll just randomly say "chapstick" to each other because we were the only ones laughing at that part, and we were laughing hysterically at that part. I was like, "What? Why is that scary?" Chapstick.
Scary when you do.
It wasn't scary. Yeah, I think it's hilarious.
Bring me my chapstick.
No, but that's Napoleon Dynamite.
Sorry, Tito. What
My
are you
lips
trying to
real
say?
bad. I'm trying to say if you made a sequel out of this, how would it go?
So I haven't seen the show. So I don't know if they've actually touched upon this.
You still haven't seen it?
I haven't. I own it. I know. I haven't watched it yet.
I thought you've seen it. Wow, man.
But I'm not sure if it touches upon this or not. But I would like to explore the bloodline of Ash's ancestors, because I've always wondered, why don't the Deadites affect him like they so easily affect everyone else that they come in contact with?
Well, they kind of do in Evil Dead 2. That rhymed, but he does overcome it.
Yeah. But and that's the thing is he's the only one that's ever overcomes it.
Yeah.
And it so easily turns other people into full on Deadites as soon as they come in contact. Whereas
because he recognizes it right away now.
Right. So it's I kind of wonder, all right, does he have an ancestor that's connected to the Necronomicon?
Some kind of lineage.
Yeah,
In the show, they do have his dad, but I don't think he was.
His dad is in the show.
Yeah. The $6 Million
Lee
Man.
Majors?
Lee Majors.
Right, Lee Majors is in it.
Yeah, plays his dad.
You got to see the show.
It's
was
funny,
in that
man.
Christmas special on
The Night the Reindeer
Night the Reindeer died.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right.
They did that movie with Dolly Parton about Christmas.
Oh, jeez.
Smoky Mountain Christmas, Dolly. I miss you.
So yeah, that's what I would want to see.
Nice.
That's good. That show's it's funny as hell.
Yeah.
And scary.
No, I should watch it.
Yeah, it is good.
Samara Weaving's on that show, right?
I don't recall.
Yeah, I don't
Lucy
remember her being in
Lawless
it.
is
Lucy
the only
Lawless
one,
is in
and,
it.
Yeah, and he's got a young girl that pals around with him, with that kid with the high hair.
Yeah, and the brunette. She's a De Laurentiis. Something De Laurentiis.
Oh no, she's not a Dino De Laurentiis, is she?
Is she a De Laurentiis?
I looked her up, but then I was
De La
like,
Hoya,
why
maybe?
isn't it saying that she's related to him? Fuck it, who cares?
Brian, how
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up.
Oh,
while you
Derek
guys
didn't do
discuss.
his yet.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, you're done?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What is
Sorry, I'm
Don't
eating
choke.
an ice cube. I thought you had more to say. He points to me and I start choking. Ice cube.
That sounds amazing.
The best idea yet.
I'd buy that for $1.
Oh no, her last name is De Lorenzo.
Okay.
Dana De Lorenzo.
All right.
No, and the reason why I thought
Enzo,
Samara Weaving was in
not
it
Enzo.
is because there was a picture, a thing on a meme or something, or an online kind of story about. They had a
She
picture.
is. She plays Heather.
Right. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Because there's a picture of her in the makeup. I remember seeing where her eyes all bloodshot red, and she's got blood all everywhere, and it showed up on some right wing news show, and they were spinning it like it was like she was a
Deadite.
no, like she was just a random girl who got attacked by some type of left winger.
Oh, interesting.
And Bruce Campbell went on Twitter and was like, "No, you idiots! This is some actress Samara Weaving, and this was a makeup test for our show."
Yeah.
Oh, that is her in that.
Right.
Yeah, I remember her
Yeah.
from the show. Yeah. Okay.
Bruce Campbell for president.
That's right.
It's fun. It's a great show.
I'd vote for him.
You should check it out.
I would.
Yeah. No, I would just do what they were originally planning because I thought that sounded cool. Bring him up to the post-apocalyptic.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be England. It could be America. It could be anywhere. Just have him fighting more Deadites, man.
That was I was thinking.
That was yours,
I would have
too?
liked to have seen the original
Yeah.
ending. How that would have.
Yeah.
fared.
I kind of had that too, folks. I would have Ash fight the Evil Dead in the future. I would basically steal the plot of Demolition Man, where the world has become almost the
three
perfect
seashells?
society.
Ah.
Too perfect, in fact.
He
where
didn't
a
like the three
seeming-
books, but he wants three seasons.
where a seemingly benevolent leader is in fact a corrupt asshole who manages to find the Book of the Dead and release the evil within in an attempt to control its power and possess all who would serve him as mindless slaves. A small group of rebels manage to find the frozen body of Ash and thaw him out to fight the Evil Dead and the wicked syndicate behind their release before the world becomes a demonic and apocalyptic nightmare.
Nice.
So you could have three seashells. You could have this
You could.
happy,
Taco
no
Bell.
salt
That's
Taco
right.
Bell. Everything good is bad for you. Can
Be
you
well,
imagine
Ash Williams.
Instead of
Bruce
Taco Bell,
Campbell in that?
as smart as the corporation that runs everything. It's like the OCP. for
Oh, there you
RoboCop.
go.
Yeah.
Everything's
There's no
run
more
by
Pizza Huts.
S-Mart.
It's all a Whole Foods now. Everything's Whole Foods.
Is the Necronomicon?
I'm not going to like the future.
What do they call that when anyone can use it? You know, fucking Snow White. Like anyone
Oh,
can
Pandora's
make
box.
anyone
kinda
can make
thing?
a movie about Snow White.
Oh, it's
public domain?
Public
Public
domain.
domain is Necronomicon public domain?
I believe it is.
Yeah, I
Might
think it
be.
is.
Or do you owe fucking H.P. Lovecraft money?
I
every
don't
time
think
you
so.
say
I
it?
don't think so.
I don't even know if he came up with the idea.
Okay.
You know,
I'll tell you this, though. Jason Voorhees is a Deadite. Jason Goes to Hell.
Yeah.
Solidified that. Yep. The Necronomicon.
They need to put Ash in space.
Fighting
Oh,
Jason.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the
Evil
King
Dead
movie.
X.
Yeah,
Dead
exactly.
X.
That's what I'm thinking. When you said the frozen
Freeze,
ash, that's all I can think
freeze
of.
him, yeah.
That's good. I like that. I would see that movie.
I'd see that.
Totally.
Yeah.
I'd buy that for $1.
I'd buy that for a
Nickel.
$5. $5 is as high as I would go. Yeah.
That's it.
We're in
You're not
this is
gonna get
inflation, people.
You're not going to get into a movie for $5.
No, you're not.
Good luck. Good luck searching the internets.
All right. Is that it? Is that
Yeah.
everything? Wow. Good job, everybody.
Awesome.
So we're all
Awesome.
in agreement, I think. See the movie. If you're a fan of comedy more than horror, you'll probably like it more. But I think it's a good end to an awesome horror trilogy. Awesome trilogy in general. So
Indeed.
yeah. All right.
Agreed.
Let's
we ranking these? Do you want to rank?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
We ranking
all of them.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
forgot them all. I don't remember what they are.
Conan.
God. Okay.
We'll
Willow.
start with Conan, Willow, the two clashes, and this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going Willow, Army, Clash 2, Clash 1, and then Conan. Yeah. Yeah, Conan just left me wanting more of something.
Okay.
Like, it just
More
was
what?
lacking.
Camel.
Get knocked the fuck out.
More
Yeah.
camels getting hit over the head. I can't get enough of that scene. Yeah.
That's always fun.
Brian, what's
It's
your
a fun
ranking?
scene.
I'm going Conan first. I'm going this movie second. Clash of the Titans 81 third. Followed by Willow. Followed by Clash of the Titans 2010.
Interesting.
Wow.
I want to hurt my heart. I get
too.
Willow was my number 1. Shit. Conan's my number 2. I'm going Army of Darkness, Clash remake, Clash original.
Wow. Clash original at the bottom.
We're all
I know.
different,
We're all
man.
different. Like, yeah, this
This
doesn't
is
usually
nice.
happen. What about you,
I'm
Mark?
going Army of Darkness first, Willow second, Clash of the Titans third, Conan
Which
fourth.
one?
Wait, yeah.
Oh, Clash of the Titans
81.
1981
Fourth.
third, Conan fourth,
And then
Clash of the Titan the
The
shitty
remake.
one. Yeah.
Wow, it's still different.
Well, you put
Yeah.
the shitty one third, I thought.
No, I put the shitty one last. Shut up, whippersnapper. Go enjoy your CGI gray mundane
Computers, I love
crap with your
computers.
computers and your hula hoops and Pac-Man and video games.
Yeah. The stick in the wheel. Yeah.
Okay, well, stick in the wheel.
Yeah, you run the stick with the wheel. You just,
Stick
Yeah,
the-
it's hard for kids to concentrate when they're running with the hoop.
Man, I see kids everywhere with those stick hoops lately.
No, me too. It's gotta be bad for their brains, right?
Yeah, it stunts their attention span. I read an article in the paper.
Yeah, I saw that. It's like they lose the power to innovate because they're staring at the stick hoop all day.
Yep.
The
Kick the
Hoop in the
can.
stick.
Kick the can.
Kick
Not
the
good enough for
can,
you
yeah.
anymore.
Hopscotch, all that shit.
I saw your mom
I
kicking
push
the
a
can
hoop
down
and
the
a
street.
stick
I said,
down
"What you
the
doing?" She
road.
said, "Moving." Dude, speaking of that guy, I watched Vampire in Brooklyn again. That's a good movie. I remember
That's fun.
seeing
So
it.
that's what
I don't
I
know
want.
why it gets so much hate.
Yeah,
It's kind of
That's
scary.
a John Landis movie too,
It's
isn't it?
funny. Yeah.
No, it's Wes
No?
Craven.
Wes Craven.
Oh, Wes
directed it.
Craven.
Yeah, Wes Craven
Ah.
directed it.
Brooklyn, and it's nice to see Eddie Murphy trying to do something a little different. He's pretty creepy in that movie.
Yeah.
And
You got the right guy.
And
You
Dwayne
got the
Wayne.
right
I can't
director.
remember the
Yeah,
actor's
Kadeem
name.
Hardison.
I love that
Yeah.
guy. Love
He's
him
the
in
ghoul.
everything
He's
I
like
see.
falling apart the whole movie.
God.
Yeah.
And the guy from Fridays is
John
landlord.
Witherspoon is hilarious.
I love
Yeah,
John Witherspoon.
John Witherspoon's hilarious. in
Angela
that movie.
Bassett. Like this movie is awesome. And I don't know why
It does. It gets
so
so much
many
hate.
hate it.
Very
it's,
odd.
It's
'cause
silly, but it's
got
fun.
like the clumps in there. He's playing like the
Oh, the evil is
yeah,
good.
the
Evil
Southern
ass
Baptist
is
bastard.
evil.
Yeah.
Evil
But even
ass
that's
is
kind of funny.
yeah, no, yeah, random thought. Just caught it the other day. I said I'm going to talk to the guys, and I'm going to tell them this is a good movie.
Yeah.
So there, fuck off. Not that anybody.
Way to follow through on what you said you were going to do.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I'm trying to do more of that.
Yeah, you got to do that. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Stay on plan.
What's making our geek flag wave or fly? Both.
Fly.
Fly. What's making our geek flag fucking
Fly.
What's making it fiddle? What's making the flag fiddle?
Flutter.
Flutter this way and that.
It's me Lucky Charms, don't you know?
Oh God, sorry.
I haven't really watched much this week because I've been busy.
You've been busy.
And I didn't get to see Ant-Man like I wanted to yet. But I did see Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, which was decent. I guess.
Oh, they made a sequel out of that movie?
Yeah,
I liked the first one. I actually thought it was really fun.
Yeah, I like the first one.
It was pretty good. But I will say I want to give a shout out for this because it's a kids thing and we're dads. They watched that Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur.
I watched a little bit of that too.
Yeah.
Quinn wanted to watch it last Friday, so we watched a bunch of episodes.
They really liked it. It's not really for me. I hate that animation style.
I didn't mind it. It was very frenetic, and I thought it worked well with the story.
It made me think of the I guess it works with the story better, but and I like that I'm happy that it's got an audience, and another lesser known Marvel character, albeit a gender swapped one, is gaining popularity. The girl who is Moon Girl is it's a character that's in the comics now. They changed. It used to be Moon Boy, who was like a kind of humanoid ape kind of kid, and he had this dinosaur, and now it's an Inhuman. She's 9.
Interesting.
Lunella Lafayette, which I hate that fucking name because Lunella, that's like the moon. Lunella.
Yeah.
Lunella sounds like Nutella.
But it's LL. It's very literal.
Sounds like
It's very
Nutella.
It's very Stan Lee.
Yeah.
LL.
I know,
Is this an
alliteration.
endorsement for children?
Yes, it is. Have your kids watch the show. Yeah.
My kids watched this shitty show the other day.
But your kids are gonna love it. So watch
Moon
it.
Dragons.
No, I mean, and I like when they put these characters out there. These lesser knowns.
Really.
Well, she's an Inhuman too, so.
Oh, wow.
I wish that
I knew
you know
that.
what? I absolutely love Big Hero 6, and I wish they had made
me
a
too.
sequel of that. 'cause I
same
think
here.
that movie's fantastic.
Totally.
And
Same here, man.
I wish that I kept it going.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really fun.
Quinn and I are always doing the Fred's Angels song that he sings when they're when they go searching for the big bad at the beginning, and they're all in the costumes for the first time. And Fred, played by T.J. Miller,
T.J.
singing.
Miller's character.
Yeah, and he's singing Fred's Angels. Na 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 na. Searching for the amulet, probably an emerald. Na 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 na. The amulet was green. And we're always doing that. It's like, Fred's Angels.
Yeah, so that's all I got.
Nice.
Brian?
Yeah, I did see Ant-Man.
Yeah,
I saw it Sunday. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. I'm not going to say much about it.
Stick around for both scenes.
Yeah. Oh,
There's
definitely.
two
Yeah.
post-credits?
There's two post-credit
One right
scenes.
after and then one at the very end, right?
There's one mid-credit scene like they usually do. They show the main cast and stuff, and then they show the mid-credit scene, and then there's the rest of the credits, and there's a post-credit scene that ties directly into Loki season 2.
Right.
Yeah, so it's got Tom Hiddleston and it's got
that
Owen
makes
Wilson
sense because
and
Kang was
there's a
in-
Kang variant
yeah,
that freaks Loki the fuck out. But yeah, no, I liked it. I'm not going to go too much into it. I did see Moon Girl like you. Quinn wanted to watch it last Friday, so we watched it. I think there's 6 episodes?
I think so.
There's not that many.
Oh, they all released at once? Or?
And they dropped them all at once.
cool. Okay.
And I think the first episode's like close to an hour, but the other ones are like a half an hour. I remember the first one being like extra long. I'm like, damn, this thing's like almost a movie.
Yeah, because the regular one is, and it's on Disney TV. Like it's on one of the Disney channels right now.
Oh, it is.
That's because that's where they watched it. They watched it on that on.
See, because I thought it was weird because they almost had like interstitials, like for commercial breaks on it, and I'm like, oh, this is weird.
Oh, interesting.
So I have a feeling that maybe there's more to come.
Maybe
but they released these ones, but it's they have like as more come out on TV because they did the same thing with the other stupid show that Mara's watching, Super Kitties.
Super Kitties?
Oh my
Super
God,
Kitties.
it's like a ripoff of Paw Patrol, which was bad enough to begin with. Don't get me started. I'm sorry. Enough kid stuff.
Because we're dads.
Yeah, I know.
Let's talk about a kids thing.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about any more kids things.
sorry.
It's stupid shit my kid watches. No, it's so funny.
Yeah, but
It makes for good podcasting.
It does. It really does.
It's so
I
funny.
liked Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. I think Quinn liked Moon Girl, and I also started watching Picard season 3.
Oh, I didn't see
So
2. I gotta
fucking
see 2.
good.
Yeah.
So
I gotta see 2.
the first episode is called The Next Generation. Right then, when I saw the title come up, I got chills, man, because I know that they're all going to be in it. Starts off with Beverly Crusher. She's in danger. She's on a ship.
Of course.
She sends out a distress signal that only Picard can hear, so he gathers Will Riker. They steal a starship and head off to find her, and it's a wild ride so far.
So this sounds like it's
dude,
getting
you
good
will.
now.
Wesley's
if you're gonna
not in,
watch
is he?
it, who?
Wesley's not.
No,
No, nobody wants
Wesley was in season 2. But he wasn't Wesley. He showed up at the end as the Traveler. Remember, he went off with that guy.
Yes,
and he became one of them.
He drops out of Starfleet.
He does,
and goes,
he becomes like something beyond time and space.
Yes,
and he takes another character away with him at the end of season 2.
Does Deanna do anything in this?
Huh?
Does Deanna?
Deanna's not in it yet.
I thought she was already in it.
She's not in it
She
yet.
was in the first season.
She was in the
Troy?
first season, or second season.
Troy doesn't.
She wasn't that annoing. No, because it was just her.
Well, it's not. She just doesn't. We always talk about her powers.
Oh yeah. No, they didn't do anything like that. When they showed her, it was just her and Riker at home that Picard was visiting. So there was none of that bullshit. They were just
and
like
the daughter
talking
or something, right?
Something like that. Yeah. Yep.
She became a fish once. Remember?
But so far in this one, it's just him and Riker and 7 of 9 and Beverly Crusher.
All right.
Yeah.
Where's Worf?
Not in it yet, but they
Is
are
he
all
coming?
showing
Jerry,
up.
All right,
Jerry
Ryan.
Jerry Ryan is a beautiful monster.
She's awesome.
Is.
Yeah,
Sexy Borg.
I saw her at a convention in Boston in the late 90s. Like I think Voyager was still going on, and she was one of the featured guests there. And we were leaving, and she was coming in, and I almost bumped into her. I was like, "Oh my god!" If we weren't leaving, I would like. She had her handlers. I totally wanted to like ask her for an autograph because I'm like, this is the perfect opportunity, like a photo or something. But it never. No, seriously. Like you like you see somebody, and it's like, oh my god, that's you're a little starstruck. Nope, never happened. But she was there in the lobby at first, and we were like, come on, we gotta go. We're gonna miss our train. We gotta head back.
Oh,
yeah, that's when I don't like driving up in Boston if I don't have to.
No, of course.
Smart.
Yeah, I always take the red line.
I started re-listening to Marvel Wastelanders. I picked back up for Wolverine, which ended really well, and now I'm listening to Doom. It's just about over. Doom is really good. I think it might be. I liked the Star-Lord one a lot.
Yeah,
with Rocket.
Yes, me too. Yep.
But I think this might it's probably the best of the bunch. There's like Kingpin's in it.
Yep.
She-Hulk, Hulk. It's fun. It's really, really fun. And then it's culminating into like a super crossover with all of them that just started. I think they're 5 episodes into that one.
What's that one called?
So it's just Wastelanders.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
It's Logan,
it just
Black
popped
Widow.
up on my Spotify.
Yeah.
I was wondering. I'm like,
I wasn't even aware
together.
of that one. I still have to listen to that Batman one you guys brought
it's
up.
all
a few
of them
weeks
together.
ago.
I finished that also. I finished the Harley Quinn Joker podcast, and I liked it. I felt like the end is a little bit rushed for me. I saw where they were going with the Bruce Wayne, but it bothers me that he doesn't get an opportunity to explain himself.
Right.
You don't get that.
I still haven't finished.
There's something missing in that last episode for me, but I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was really, really
cool.
good.
Who was your favorite character?
Oh, I liked once I realized that Andre Royal was the ventriloquist, he became my favorite. And then it wasn't until the end when I was like, wait a minute, Amy Sedaris is Magpie.
Yeah,
like it didn't another one. It didn't dawn on me to the end. They're very good.
Her.
She's that's a really funny character. She's really
funny.
Wait,
no, Amy Sedaris wasn't her.
I thought she was Magpie. Oh,
no, I forget the girl's name that was Magpie. The Sedaris was the aunt. The aunt that wouldn't give her the money.
Oh, who shows up to the funeral? Yeah, she does suck.
She sucked.
Yeah,
I was thinking she was okay. Well,
I know, but I love Magpie.
That character, she was very funny.
Every scene that she was in, she stole the show.
And I was in like a whodunit kind of mood. Me and my wife watched. I had already seen it, but we watched See How They Run on HBO, which she really liked. And then I felt like saying something else similar, so I ended up watching this movie called Kid Detective with Adam Brody. And it's exactly what you think it is. It's a kid that was a detective in this small town who would solve all these crimes in the small town, gets his own office. Like the town gives him the key to the city. They give him his own office. He works with the police sometimes.
So he's like an Encyclopedia Brown?
Exactly. Only a girl gets abducted in the town, and it haunts him until he grows up to the age of 30 because he never finds the girl. And the town, as much as they don't want to tell this kid, we need you to find her, put all this pressure on him because he's solving all these other things. and he never finds the girl. And then one day a murder happens in the town and the girl's boyfriend wants him to solve the murder. And it all kind of comes full circle for him, where he's just been living this shitty life. His parents have to pay for everything. He's still the kid detective. Only everybody in the town hates him. Like the ice cream shop guy gives him free ice cream for life, and he holds him to it. So he's 31 years old. He walks into the ice cream parlor and he's like, I'll have a scoop of, and the guy shoots him the shittiest look, hands him the ice cream, and he leaves. Kiefer Sutherland's daughter is in it. She plays his secretary. I can't remember her name. I don't know anybody else in the movie. It's really fucking good. I was surprised. I was like, I don't think I'm going to like this. It seems really
What's
dumb.
it on?
But
yeah, I was just going to say too.
It was on YouTube. It's on YouTube.
Oh.
I think you can.
What year did it come out?
2020?
Oh, not that long
Maybe
ago.
18, 19, 20. It's Canadian, I believe. It was also, I think it was rentable on Vudu. I saw it on YouTube TV. It was like $2.99.
I'll just buy it for
But
us.
I was pleasantly surprised at how much I liked it. I Googled something similar to
see how they run.
Yeah, and that popped up. Every other movie I had seen, but that popped up, and I was like, "Oh, that seems interesting."
I love when that happens.
It's very it's very kind of funny until it's not funny, where you're like, you're like, "Wow, this is kind of fucked up." This movie, but very good. So yeah, I saw that
cool.
the other day, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Nice. Yeah, I got to check out see how they run, because one of you guys recommended it a while
I
ago.
thought it was fun. It was fun.
And I started to watch it again late night on HBO, because it's on HBO. And totally fell asleep. I don't even think I got through the credits.
I love Sam Rockwell. And
I do too. And I liked, was it Saoirse Ronan?
She's very funny.
Yep.
Love her.
She's great in Grand Budapest Hotel and everything else I've seen her in. And I wanted to see it, and I totally fell asleep. And I said I'd get back to it, and I just haven't yet. So I will.
We'll get there.
See that.
Son of a bitch.
Yep. I hate when that happens.
Next time, Gadget.
What about you?
Vampire in Brooklyn. I already told you.
Got a boy.
Give it another chance, folks. The good people at Rubber Chicken Comics let me hold on to this comic for a very long time, and I paid it off slowly, so I'm giving them a shout out. I now own a grade 7 beautiful copy of Secret Wars #8, where Spider-Man gets the black costume.
Oh, wow.
It's beautiful. It looks great. So thank you, guys. Shout out to the good old boys at Rubber Chicken Comics.
And you said that they'll grade stuff over there too, or Jay
They
knows
will
somebody?
grade stuff over there.
Because I've got one of those. I'm curious to know what my issue is.
Oh, head on down. Let's head on road trip. Other than that, that's basically it. I'm in the middle of watching In Search of Darkness 3, which is awesome. That's
They already have a 3.
5 hours. That's how much this decade of fucking horror is amazing. You're getting your Trick or Treat,
Part 3 alone is 5 hours long?
Yeah.
No.
Yes. I would not kid.
It's on
I
Shudder?
would kid you. It's on Shudder.
Yeah, I gotta hurry up and watch it so I can get rid of Shudder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, before you get rid of Shudder,
I
watch
gotta
it.
watch it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
After I saw Skinamarink, I was getting ready to cancel my subscription. But these people produce this shit? Jesus
So are you
Christ.
finding a lot of stuff you didn't even know?
Oh, dude, totally. There's this alien movie with friggin' Martin Landau that's basically the inspiration for Predator. It's called Without Warning, and it's essentially similar to Predator. In fact, the actor in the Predator suit played this 9-foot alien. They looked like a gray alien from the X-Files, but scarier, and Martin Landau's in it. And I'm like, what the hell? I've never heard of this, and it's fucking great.
What year did that come out? Do you know?
I don't even remember, but in the 80s. Mid-80s. I got to go back. Watch the documentary.
1980.
All right.
Find out.
1980.
Oh, all right. Well, even... See, I got to rewatch it.
All right.
And that's it. So just a shout out and just seeing some horror and watching some new stuff. But I'm going to save that for when I finish.
That's
so I have a
All right.
constructive criticism.
All right, yeah.
Hey, speaking of constructive criticism, go find another podcast. But if you want to hear more awesome talk of everything except for you want to hear us bash shit, or well, we don't need to do a lot of that. We're very good about that. Hey, just you know what, go to past episodes. Brian, where can they go?
They can go to www.3gdpodcast.com. That's www.3gdpodcast.com. And as Mark said, you'll be able to find all of our past episodes there. I mentioned you.
That's me.
That's
I said
you.
it. I said
You're
it.
a good boy. You can have a treat.
Good boy. Who's a good boy, Mikey?
Zoinks, would you like a Scooby snack, Mark?
The one person who hates Scooby-Doo.
I know,
can
and I do it so well. I'm sorry. It's my love of, it's actually my love of Casey Kasem more than...
All right. Power wasted.
And now it's a long-distance dedication from a boy named Mark who'd like to...
There was some shit with my uncle, but that was... Oh, I shouldn't say that. I'm sorry. What were we doing?
So we were talking about go to www.3gdpodcast.com. We'll have all of our past episodes there. Our email link is there. All of our social media links are there. Our Ko-fi page is there. If you would like to make a small donation, that would be greatly appreciated. You can rate and review the show there. Also, there are one-click buttons where you can easily subscribe to us. If you're not already a subscriber, please do so you'll never miss an upcoming episode. And I believe that's it. So thank you, as always, for listening.
Excellent. Thank you very much, guys. Another wonderful month of fantasy films for Fantasy February. Stay tuned. What do we have coming up? Well, you're going to have to listen to find out. Because
we're not even sure.
We have no
it's
idea.
March Madness.
It's March Madness.
That's right.
That's right.
No, in the March of Madness.
Let's get some.
I think Tito just came up.
Yes, in the March of Madness. You heard it here first, folks.
Mm-hmm.
This is why we have Tito.
Yep.
For that reason.
I'm going to come
He
up
coins a good phrase, that boy.
In the April of Madness? Can we do it every month?
In the April of apprehension?
In the March of Madness. That is awesome. All right, guys. Stay tuned very much. And thank you for listening. For Three Geeky Dads, I'm Mark.
I'm Derek.
I'm Brian.
I'm Tito.
Saying keep watching the skies because Vampire in Brooklyn. Thank you very much. Good night. Happy hunting.
All right. Rock and roll.
I think it's CGI, though, but yeah. It's Aardman in conjunction with DreamWorks.
Huh.
I think it's going to be CGI.
Okay.
But it's still in the same visual style.
I like the Pirates
And
one.
this is
Me
Mel,
too,
is
man.
this Mel
Nobody
Gibson?
knows
I love
about that
that one.
He's
freaking
the
movie.
rooster.
I
Mel
love that one.
Gibson's
Liam
in
loves
Chicken
it.
Run, right?
I bought
Yeah,
that
he
for
was
Quinn,
the
and
Rhode Island Red.
she didn't want anything to do with it. I'm
Huh.
like, she might love this movie, and
Yeah.
I'm like laughing my ass off.
It's
at
hilarious.
It. She
So we're
wanted nothing
getting
to do with it.
we're getting Lethal Weapon
So then you made
5
her watch.
and Chicken Run 2. Mel
What's
Gibson
that?
needs some
You made her watch
Gibson is-
Human
Mel
Centipede
Gibson
instead.
needs money.
Yeah,
That's punishment.
that's it.
You don't like this movie? Well, I got one for you.
I got one for you. Human
Skinamarink.
Centipede.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, Skinamarink.
We're back there.
I've never seen it, but I feel like I have. Skinamarink.
Yeah.
I'm going to pretend I have.
Look at that wall.
Yeah, Tito, see the
Really?
corner right there? See
And
the
then-
top
yeah.
of this doorway?
No,
Look at
don't
that for 20
don't
minutes.
Look at anything
That's
with
just,
pictures.
that's just Tito on a regular day.
This is
I know.
Yeah, this is the every Wednesday. I'm staring at this hand that Quinn made. Oh, yeah, it's still there.
It's still there. It hasn't moved.
And Tito only gets worried when it does start moving.
I'm just trying to stay on the
Panties in my mouth.